Good morning, YouTube family. So this morning I look a hot mess. Ignore the flyaways and the no makeup and all that. But it's exciting. I can't talk this morning. That's how you know it's too early, because Danny can't talk when it's early in the morning. Anyways, this morning is exciting because I am headed out the door, grabbing a bottle of water first. Let me just grab one out of here. Woo! Hey, y'all. Okay, water in hand. Okay, so we are headed this morning, which is exciting. Take a look outside. It's kind of foggy out today, y'all. Not the greatest day. But anyways, we are headed to the acupuncture office. So yes, I have been telling you guys that I would be trying something new, and that something new is actually going to an acupuncture specialist. So I finally am going to see her today, and that's where we're headed this morning. So acupuncture, my sorority sister has told me about acupuncture, and she's also going through fertility treatments, and she swears by it. She's like, Danny, you have got to try acupuncture. So I called the office, like our local, I kind of did some research online to see there's a couple different acupuncture specialists in my area. So I kind of did some research, and the lady I'm going to today seems to have the best reviews. So I'm going to see her, and when I called the office, I kind of explained to the receptionist why I'm coming in and asked if they specialize in any kind of fertility treatments. And it was so funny because the receptionist was like, oh yeah, we'll get you pregnant. And I was like, okay. She was like, she's like, we have a ton of women that come to us for fertility reasons, and she said that they've had a lot of success rates. Now, I'm not gonna believe everything I hear, obviously, but I mean, it did make me feel good, because I was like, well, heck yeah, if you can get me pregnant, I'll do anything, but so I am on my way to the acupuncture office. My first time going. I really honestly don't know what to expect. I've seen a couple of videos online of other women going through fertility stuff, doing acupuncture, and some people have had success with it and some people haven't, but it's something honestly that I have been wanting to try for a long time now. So y'all, I'm pretty excited about it. Even if it doesn't necessarily help with fertility, but if it helps with like stress or hormones or anything else, like, I'm totally up for it. So yeah, I'm excited. I don't know if I'll be able to take you guys in with me. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try, but hopefully I can, so I can kind of give you an insight of like what's going on, and maybe I could show you where they poke me, and I don't know. And the good thing is I'm not afraid of needles. Like, I really am not. Like, I never really have been, so doesn't really scare me at all. But honestly, I'm just super excited, because I'm just excited to try something new, so yeah, here we go, guys. Acupuncture for fertility. Yay! Oh my gosh. And I gotta tell you guys, like, what the heck is going on? There is definitely a major hurricane. I'm sure you heard of her, Hurricane Irma. And oh my gosh, guys, I've got to tell you the funniest story real quick about Irma, the name Irma. So I apologize if anyone's mom or grandmother or a sister or anyone they know is named Irma. I don't mean this in a bad way towards Irma at all, but it's kind of been a family joke for generations now. My grandmother, my mother, and now me, we have all called our period, we call her Irma. So, when we get our period, we're like, oh gosh, yeah, Irma's with me today, or yeah, I got Irma today, so we call our period Irma. So I'm just like, dang it, Irma, why are you in the form of a hurricane trying to mess up my fertility treatment? Because, guys, I actually am scheduled to go Saturday morning for the vaginal ultrasound to see how the letrozole worked and see how it affected my egg and follicle growth, and you know, obviously the letrozole stimulates follicle growth, and you know, we want those follicles to be nice, big, and beautiful. So that's actually what I was supposed to go do Saturday morning, but since Hurricane Irma is just messing up everybody's plans, I actually go now. They changed it to Friday morning, which is tomorrow morning. I go for that ultrasound to check the eggs and the growth of the eggs and all that good stuff. So that is happening on Friday morning, which is tomorrow. So to me, I'm a little worried because it's earlier than what it should be. So I'm afraid that the eggs may not be matured enough, because usually what I was thinking in my mind is, okay, we go in Saturday for the ultrasound, they say yes, take the trigger shot tonight, and then we would go back Monday for the actual IUI. Well, now I have no idea what we're going to do, because the hurricane is supposed to hit Saturday, Sunday. So if their offices are closed on Monday, what are we going to do? Are we not going to be able to do the IUI because their offices are closed because of the hurricane? Or, you know, what's going to happen? So tomorrow morning when I go for this ultrasound, I'm going to be like, look guys, like, I don't want to, one, be spending all this money if you don't plan on being open next week to actually do the IUI procedure. So, I mean, like, give me a game plan. Like, we gotta kind of have something lined up in regards to what happens if Hurricane Irma messes everything up. So that's kind of where I'm at right now with it. So I will take you guys to that appointment with me tomorrow morning, and hopefully they can give us some answers as to what we're gonna do if Hurricane Irma decides to basically mess everybody's plans up. So pray that the hurricane doesn't shut down my fertility clinic so that we can still do our IUI number 5, guys. So, that's a lot going on, I know. But wish me luck on this acupuncture appointment, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. Okay guys, just left the acupuncture office, and you know, honestly, it went really, really well. Like, I am very, very optimistic about it, because, you know, we did our consultation, and really the main thing that we talked about was my infertility and my PCOS, the polycystic ovarian syndrome. And we talked about how I do not ovulate naturally. The only way that I can ovulate is with an injection, usually an HSG injection or some kind of medication that forces me to ovulate, because I do not ovulate on my own. But the acupuncture specialist is very confident that she can get me to ovulate on my own through these acupuncture treatments. So her treatment plan is to basically do a total of 8 fertility treatments, where she, you know, uses certain points with the needles to basically focus on my hormones and my ovulation. And she said that she has had great success rate with doing fertility acupuncture treatments on other women. She said that even though she recommends I do 8 treatments, she said that I can possibly get pregnant even before those 8 treatments are over. She said she's had women come in and she had one lady in particular come in for the same reason, couldn't get pregnant for a few years, and was trying acupuncture, and she said by the 3rd treatment she was pregnant. So I'm like, well, heck yeah, I'm down for that. And then she said her own daughter-in-law was having problems getting pregnant, so she did 2 treatments on her, and she got pregnant and has had a 2nd child now. So you know, she is very confident. She's so confident that she's actually started a baby wall, showing all of the different women that have gotten pregnant by doing the acupuncture treatments with her. So she is very confident, and honestly, I'm very optimistic about it. You know, anything at this point that could help, I'm totally down for. So yeah, so I go back next week. So I basically go once a week for fertility treatments, and I did tell her about my IUI coming up, and she said that obviously she doesn't think that she can get me to ovulate naturally before then, but I said that's fine because I'm actually already got the HSG trigger shot to make me ovulate for that actual procedure, the IUI procedure. So she is obviously against medical fertility treatments because she's more the holistic kind of way of, you know, doing things naturally. So, you know, she doesn't discourage me to stop doing the infertility treatments, but she's just confident that she can get me pregnant without me having to do any further fertility treatments. So I'm like, hey, I'm all for that. You know, it's a lot less expensive too. So I'm down for whatever is better and easier. But obviously, I'm not going to stop my fertility treatments, not this month. I'm going to go ahead and move forward with the IUI procedure this month and just kind of see what happens from there. And if it doesn't work, then maybe I'll try the acupuncture before we move on to any other kind of like IVF or anything like that. So, you know, I'm just very optimistic. Oh, and an interesting point. So when she was putting the needles in me, they really didn't hurt until she got to my feet, guys. Oh my gosh. When she got to my feet and started putting needles in my feet, it hurt. Like, it definitely hurt for a good probably 5 to 10 seconds of pain. And then obviously it went away. But when I told her that, I was like, yeah, nowhere else hurt, like my face, my arms, none of that hurt until you got to my feet. And she's like, well, that's interesting because your hormones, like a woman's hormones, actually are something that has to do with your feet. Basically, when your hormones are experiencing like some kind of blockage to where they're just not functioning correctly, she said, she calls it like a blockage. So she basically gave me like the analogy of like a hose, when a hose is kinked and water isn't coming out of the end of the hose. So what she's doing by putting these needles, she's placing these needles in those kinked areas. So like, you know, basically, I guess my feet are where my hormones are, and those hormones are kinked, meaning they're not working properly. So she's placing the needles in those kinks to basically open the hose up and unkink them so they will work properly. So when I told her that the needles hurt going into my feet, she's like, that's interesting because that shows me that yes, you do have hormone imbalances, because if you didn't, then it wouldn't cause any pain. So she's basically unkinking those hormone blockages in my feet with these needles. I mean, that's kind of how I took it from what she was trying to explain to me. Obviously, it's way more complicated than that, and it makes sense that my hormones are imbalanced, because they are. With my PCOS, my hormones are definitely imbalanced, and they don't function properly, because with PCOS, the synapses in my brain that signal my ovaries to release an egg and ovulate, that connection is broken. Or if you think about it in her terms, it's kinked. The hose is kinked. So there's no water flowing. There's no communication flowing. So what she's trying to do is unkink my hose and restore that connection between my synapses in my brain and my ovaries, so that I will ovulate naturally. So, I mean, to me, it makes complete sense when she was breaking it down to me. So I'm like, wow. And so, I mean, just very interesting stuff. I'm very optimistic, and to me, guys, it really can't hurt. So why not go ahead and do it and just see what happens? And I don't know, I just feel like it made sense to me. So I'm excited about it, and I will let you know how it goes. I go back again next week for treatment number 2. So we're gonna shoot for 8 treatments and kind of go from there and see what happens. And she did say that even if I do get pregnant, I can still continue the treatments after I get pregnant. So we'll just kind of go from there and just see what happens, guys. So yeah, it went really well. Just wanted to kind of take you along with me on the journey. I will take you with me to my IUI ultrasound appointment tomorrow and let you know how that goes. So I'll talk to you guys then. Bye.